I had a very enjoyable visit to the canal yesterday morning, lure fishing. I enjoyed it so much, I'm doing the same today, Monday morning. First fish, not a big one, but it's always good to get that initial perch on the bank when you're lure fishing, because you are setting your stall out very specifically for a certain species, and it's always nice when that particular species puts in an appearance regardless of the size. I've just had a very nice week off work and I've got the same this time round as well. The football season has ended in Wales and the players have had a break of a fortnight, and that's when I took mine as well, and we'll be back in June the 1st to be precise. But for now I'm enjoying most definitely the week off. It's all about enjoyment, isn't it? That's the key word for me this morning. I'm enjoying my fishing, I'm enjoying my week off, and most importantly, let's enjoy life as well. It's short, isn't it? Don't get sidetracked and bogged down with all the issues and hassles of life, but focus on the big picture. I'm fishing with a Fox Rage 2500 reel and matching rod. It is a drop shot rod, but it works well in this type of situation. I've got a braid on the reel, and then I've got a long section of fluorocarbon down to the 1 gram jig head and a small rubber minnow. I'll tell you something, it might be the last week in May, but it feels like the first week in March, when the weather's starting to pick up. It's not winter, but nevertheless it's still quite chilly. My toes are okay, but you can still feel a little edge to them. Fingers, they're freezing. However, whether it's fishing or life itself, we just get on with it, don't we? And we don't allow things over which we have no control to stop us from getting out there. Obviously, if you have health issues, then you can't get out fishing if the cold affects you. From a health perspective, that's different. But if it's just the cold or the wind or the rain, the elements in general, don't allow them to affect your plans. You have to work around them. Today it was forecast to be dry in the morning, which it is, with perhaps some heavy rain. Surprise, surprise. We've had a lot of that recently this afternoon, and that actually fits in with my day anyway, because I've got other things on the menu for later today and this evening. But look at the weather forecast if you're a fisherman, and if you do have an option, then of course you want to go when it isn't windy. Especially lure fishing, it can be difficult when the wind's quite strong. So there's nothing wrong in working around the conditions, but the important thing is, don't allow the weather to dictate whether you go or not. Just a short session, how would I describe it? Well, it would have to be enjoyable, wouldn't it? Small perch on the bank. I did have a snatch though from something bigger, just briefly. It didn't connect with the hook, but things like that are always encouraging, because the principle is, whatever type of fishing you do, as long as your bait's in the water, you've got a chance.